Here we are, number 8, Man Sharpens Man.
Hello.
With Dave and Stateraiseds.
Coming in and tickling your ear holes.
Welcome back. We were gone for a minute again. You know what rhymes with 8? Late. That's what rhymes with 8, and that's what we are, late.
And date, which I can't get.
No, you could get a date. You just have too high a standards, I think. Maybe if you lowered your standards.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the dating pool will be much larger when I move next week.
It will be. It'll be extremely huge.
Yeah.
Moving to Grand Rapids.
Yeah, like we said, listeners, I am getting ready to move to the GR Rapids.
The not so Grand Rapids because it's too crowded and dirty. But there's a lot more opportunities down there for you, Dave. You'll be good. You'll be good. And we'll still be bringing the show. We're gonna do some Skype. We're gonna learn that crap. We need to work on it before you leave, Dave. We need to take a day and just like practice while we're in the same room, so we don't look stupid when we start doing it. That's what I was saying.
Another thing people use is they'll use like Google.
Well, I'll let you Google me anytime.
Oh, like Google Hangout or Google Call. It's basically like Skype.
We'll find some kind of thing to work. We'll work some kind of thing. But we're sorry we're gone. We're sorry you missed us. We're not going to give you a big, long explanation, but we're back with number 8, Man Sharpens Man. Sorry we've been gone so long. What should we tell him about, Dave? What kind of interesting shit you got going on? You're moving? He's got a roommate situation going on that I know he doesn't want to talk too much about because the roommate might hear it.
Yeah, it's still happening. It's still pretty fresh.
Oh, gosh, that's not fun. Never doing business with your friends and family is always kind of sketchy. I never like it.
I mean, the roommate has never came to a show, but, you know, this may be the podcast he starts listening to.
Yeah, exactly. He'll choose one time, and then he'll kill you in your sleep in the last couple of days. He looked like the kind of guy that kills stuff in his sleep or something. He's a scary-looking fella, Dave. A roommate of yours.
He's not to be trusted around small animals.
Gee, George, why to stop breathing, George? I petted it too hard. I had a litter of hairless kittens, World. So my baby mama had a little hairless baby, so if anyone wants a hairless kitten, you can get a hold of me at Man Sharpens Man, and a man will deliver you a kitten.
Or swankcats.com.
Oh yeah, my wife has swankcats.com. Check that out. Give my wife a boost. She'll love me for that, Dave. That was a good thinking. Yeah. I might get laid on that.
You might.
Probably not.
But she'd have to listen to this first.
Yeah, exactly.
Like my roommate.
Yeah, this might be the first one she listens to, though. You never know.
Like my roommate. But yeah, I'm glad that time. It sucks I'm leaving Traverse City, but it's exciting at the same time, you know?
It is. You know what's exciting for me is that this damn election is almost over. How many more days is it, Dave? Like 20 days, 30 days? He's going to look it up for us. We'll talk about it in a minute. But man, I'm so glad that shit is over. It is such a touchy-ass subject. People are getting furious about it. For us having the 2 shittiest choices we've ever had, there's this, people are unfriending each other on Facebook and being all shitty, and it is fucking talking about moving out of the country if this doesn't happen and that doesn't happen.
It's not.
It's not telling you.
No.
Stupid Google, hurry up. Tell us stuff. But no, I can't wait for it to be over. I'm tired of it. It's so stupid. Did you watch the debate?
There it is.
39 days, 3 hours, 36 minutes, and
6, 5,
4. Yeah, we could count this thing down. 39 days, though. Sweet. I am.
Did I watch the debate?
I watched bits and pieces of it. They're both so stupid. It was just retarded.
Yeah.
It was almost like watching your parents fight about something that was like, is already stupid and that should already be put to bed. You know what I mean? They're fighting over old shit. Like my mom and dad used to fight over, when we were 22, you ran around with that bimbo, and they were at 40 and shit. You know what I mean? They would fight about shit that was so old, and that felt like what Hillary and Goldilocks were doing.
Just 2 old friends fighting on stage.
They are old friends. Yeah. They really are old friends, and they were just up there arguing about old shit. Oh, your emails. Oh, your taxes. They're both such ugh.
No, I didn't watch too much of the debate, but something cool that Democracy Now! Did, like the news source, is they did like a extending the debate thing to where they played the debate you know, like all the questions that Lester Holt asked to the two people.
I feel like he was biased towards Hillary. I don't got no favorite listeners. There's no favorites for me, but I feel like that Lester Holt was definitely biased towards Hill
You know,
beans.
any journalist who doesn't fact check, you know, they're an awesome journalist, you know.
Yeah.
But what Democracy Now! Did is they did an extending the debate thing to where they played the Lester Holtz question, and then they had Jill Stein there.
They
And
did
she
it
would,
fair.
yeah, she would answer the same exact questions that they answered.
But probably actually would answer them instead of BSing around just to try to attack the other one.
Yeah,
And
some
ask.
intelligent speaking.
Because every time they would ask him a question, each person would just use it as a way to fucking run around the mulberry bush and say, how come you haven't shown your taxes?
Yeah.
How come you haven't shown your tits? How come you haven't shown your little dick? It's just getting stupid, Dave. I can't wait till this election's over. Like, it's saddening me. It's making me feel like I'm part of the problem almost because I don't vote and stuff. I should have been voting this whole time or something. Maybe I ruined their system. I could be the reason for the downfall of our society, people. I'm sorry.
I don't.
I'm not going to start now, though, because it's such a fucking... Oh, I'm not going to go pick between them two losers. I just don't care. I don't care. You guys fight it out. I don't care. Let me know how it comes.
The other two
I'll crack jokes no matter who y'all pick. I'll be here to make you guys some good jokes about them.
What about Jill and Mr. I can't remember a
Gary
world
Johnson.
leader.
Gary Johnson, yeah. We shouldn't remember his name. But, yeah, I mean... He does forget stuff like that, and who knows? He's pro-hemp. Maybe that's why. Maybe he's got some hemp in his life, but I don't know why he's forgetting. But that's definitely not helping his chances. But he's polling at 8. You know, he doesn't really give a shit at this point. What is he polling at 8% or something? Nothing.
I mean, it would be cool to have more than just this party or that party to choose from. You know, if the presidential debates, like, showcased all of the, I mean, not all of the, but it showcased more than just A or B, because there are more than A and B choices.
Yeah, but we only get the two. We only get the two. You know what is nice is that they didn't shoot Barack. I always thought, I was hoping that he did not get assassinated, and he didn't, because I thought he was a guy that he was going to change shit like Kennedy, but he didn't do shit, really. I mean, what'd he do? He didn't do much.
But let some drug dealers out.
Yeah, he didn't do much. I mean, I don't hate him. He did all right. He was our first black president.
Kept people locked up in Cuba for 8 years too long.
Yeah, he didn't really end the wars. He didn't do any of the stuff he was claiming.
Killed a bunch of people with drones.
He did do, like, Obamacare and some other stuff. He figured stuff out. He killed that Osama. Well, he didn't do it personally.
Yeah.
That'd have been cool if he did. Barack in a fucking knockout match against Obama.
Osama kills Osama bin Laden.
That would be nice. If you were like the supreme ruler of everything and you could just like have little fights, you could put like Barack against us.
Should make that shit some pay-per-view. Osama versus Osama. Two Osamas enter, one leaves.
When he first started running for president, that shit blew my mind. Because I'm ignorant as hell when it comes to politics. I don't pay any attention. So when Barack Obama started running for office.
Did I say Barack Obama?
Yeah, Barack Osama. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. His name was so weird. We're fighting this guy, who in Iraq, who's that guy we caught in the spider hole in Iraq?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Barack Obama is a foreign-sounding name. Yeah, we got Saddam, Barack, Osama. They all start to sound alike. It's like, there's no way people are going to vote for this Barack. I didn't even know he was black. That's the last thing I found out about him. I thought he was going to lose based on his name alone. But I'm glad he won. He did do okay, but he just didn't deliver on everything, and that's the point. No one can. That's what I was trying to get to, a point that no one can. Lost it. I lost it. But no one can deliver their promises, Dave. So no matter who we get, I mean, really, I mean, they're not going to be able to do great change.
To steal from South Park, giant douche or turd sandwich.
Is that what they said on there? They're so progressive. I love that show. I still remember, Dave, I'm so old that I can remember the very first episode. I remember watching that. I was sitting in my cell, and I had a bunkie. His name was Honeycutt. I love this motherfucker. He was my dog. Me and this guy jailed for a long time together. He was a good dude. But he said, hey, man, you got to check this shit out. You know why I watched it the first time?
Why?
Because fucking Les Claypool from Primus does all the music from it. And that shit, instantly, I was like, that's Les Claypool. I knew it. And it was. I couldn't believe it. That's pretty... Yeah, from Primus. You know Primus?
I do.
Exactly.
I partied with a guy named Les. Not the same guy, though.
You partied more with a guy named Les?
Yeah, I've partied.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when South Park first started because like I'm a younger person. I'm about half your age.
No, not that much. How
Not
old are
that
you
much.
now?
I'm 25.
2/3 my age.
2/3. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 97. I was born in 90. I mean, yeah, I'm a young person, but fuck you.
Yeah, 1990. How old was I? I was 13 when you were born. I was like just old enough to be your dad. 13. I could have been popping your mom when I was 13. I mean, maybe not. She's kind of cute back then, I bet. I don't know if I could have pulled her. But I'm just saying, when I was 13, I could have made a baby, I think.
But I remember.
I think I had little knuckle babies squeezing
I
out back
remember
then.
being a young little person going to my grandfather's house over Easter or Thanksgiving or some bullshit like that. And my uncle, who was much less responsible, I remember he was playing South Park for us, and my mom said, "Turn that crap off!" And that's when I got my first taste of, "You bastard, you killed Kenny."
Yeah, it was.
When I was like 7, 8 years old.
I think I can't remember the very. I'm trying to think of the first episode. I'm naughty for not remembering it. The first one I really remember is where the aliens were up in Cartman's ass and all that. That shit was a classic, just a classic. They were living in. I think that was the second episode because I was a little resistant to the first episode because I'm a guy that loves cartoons. Don't get me wrong. I fucking thrive on cartoons. When South Park came out, the chintzy little paper cutout animation. Not gonna lie, at first I was a little skeptical. I was like, I don't know if this is gonna fly, but it grew on me. I won't lie, it grew on me.
Yeah, Rick and Morty's. I kind of go in and out of like getting into like adult cartoons and then not getting into adult cartoons.
I even like kid cartoons, like that, Adventure Time. That shit is sweet. Like, if you guys aren't watching Adventure Time, you need to check it out, man. That shit is so cool. Just let your imaginations go. It's cool. Like, if you're watching shit on TV, here's my point. Like, if I'm watching shit on TV, this shit's made up anyhow. That's how I've always thought. It's like, if I'm watching fucking Game of Thrones or anything, it's all just made up shit. And like, so I've always just been a guy that gravitates towards like cartoons and shit. And at least it doesn't make any kind of qualms about the fact that it's made up. It says, yeah, made up, and it is made up, and that's cool with me. So I feel like cartoons are more real, even though they're more fake in a way.
I've been watching a lot of Dr. Katz, Professional Therapist.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
I bet you no one remembers that shit.
Been watching the shit out of that. I fell asleep. I binged that on YouTube till I fell asleep last night.
That is like one of them things that's borderline not funny, but it's still hilarious.
But yeah, it's like there's nice little nuggets of comedy, and they have a lot of funny people on it.
And it is relaxing. That shit is actually like therapy. I remember when that thing was on, like not only was it funny, but it was kind of therapy. It was a relaxing comedy. That's some soothing shit. I don't know if they did that on purpose or not. Like, I've always been a secret fan of Dilbert. That's some relaxing comedy too.
I would have liked
love me some Dilbert.
Like when they bring like Mitch Hedberg, for example, like he's on an episode, and he's just like doing his bits. Like it's just him doing his bits. I think it would have been cool if they would have, like written in like more of a character for him. I mean, be Mitch Hedberg, but not just, hey, these are the same things that are on my CD.
Would they animate old Mitchie back then?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I seen that episode. I probably did, but I don't think I did. Did you see the fucking train accident, Dave? They said a fucking 100 people got injured. One person died today. A train in Philly just ran the end of the train tracks. Boom! Hit the thing. One person died, they said. I've assumed it's the engineer because he's the dude up front. I don't know who it was, but 100 people injured, they said. That's a lot of fucking injured people. Don't you think? Especially if there's only one dead. See what I'm saying? What I'm getting at is I don't think all 100 are really injured. I think there's a lot of people doing that, oh, my back and my neck shit. Because it's that day and age where people just are so happy. I can't even lie. If I was in a train crash, maybe the very first thought that would go through my head is, oh, I'm going to get some money.
I need to get paid for this shit.
Right, but I got to be hurt.
As someone who was hit by multiple cars, I mean, I'll tell you.
You weren't doing it for the payday, but the money was good.
But, I'm just saying, if I get hit by another car, I'm going to fucking,
You're hurt even if you're not hurt. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I know a lot of people that did that. That's got to be what they're doing. Like 100 people hurt, really?
Fucking ambulance chasing lawyers, right on the scene.
Yep, call Sam. Call fucking cockeyed Sam. I don't trust him, Dave, because this fucking... Don't use your kids in the commercials. Those kids are ugly as fuck. That shows me bad judgment. If you got bad judgment, you're a bad lawyer. You need good judgment to be a good lawyer.
Well, they're trying to show off the fact that they hire their kids.
The one kid couldn't even look the judge in the eye. He's so cockeyed, he couldn't. How can you trust him? He's never going to win a case. The jury won't trust him.
Well, he was able to run a marathon. I don't know how many times.
He probably ran it on a round track so he could go around in a left-hand circle because he was missing that left eye. He's got that.
Maybe he had like an echolocation.
Oh, I think we just lost all our one-eyed viewers, Dave. No, stay with us, one-eyed guys. I'm just kidding with y'all. But no, Sam Bernstein's kids are some ugly motherfuckers. You'd think being a rich lawyer like that, he would have knocked up a kind of a hot, what do they call them, shitskas or shifas? They call them something, shivas. Them Jews call women that aren't Jews that are pretty. They got a special word for them, like shiva or something, because they feel like they're coming in and stealing their sweet Jew men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gold digger.
Yeah, that's a Jewish word for gold digger, like shiva or something like that. I don't know what it is. If you're listening to this show and you know what the Jewish gold digger is, write in and tell us. No one's writing in, Dave.
Well, we haven't done an episode
We haven't done an episode in a week, too. And we don't ask a lot of questions. We need to start getting some more questions out there for people. I did look up some sex positions, like I was telling. I didn't tell Dave that I looked them up. Do you know what? Because I wanted to surprise him with a few of them. You know what a chili dog is?
Yeah.
That's where you butt fuck a girl, and then you titty fuck her. And they call it a chili dog because you leave that gross chili in between the boobs. That's like disgusting, yeah. So it's like you're making a chili dog
the buns,
with a little sauce.
The titties.
Yep, with some sauce.
And you're just leaving.
I'm trying to remember a few more. There was a huge list of them. I've heard the Cleveland steamer one before, the word, but I didn't know what it was. You know what it is? It's where you leave a little Hershey's Kiss on their chest. It almost sounds like it's more an accident than anything, but it's where you're getting a BJ between the titty BJ, and you leave a little poop stain because you had a non-wipey kind of day or something. Or maybe you just got excited and pushed a little turtle head out.
Hershey or something like that.
Yeah, I can't believe it's called a Cleveland. But maybe that's not right, but it was on the site, and I'm 100% sure of that. Then they had some ones on there that were just wrong. Like, I'm like, I shouldn't. Like, I almost wanted to read the whole list, but a couple of them, like one of them stands out. Like, I'm just going to say it. Like, I do not agree with this at all. Like, I'm gross. But you got to draw the line once in a while with the shit you even say or make up. They had one on there called the jelly donut. You know what that is?
I know about the jelly donut because I know a guy named Donut Dan who used to manage a Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, this is far different from what he did. This is brutal as hell. And I do not support any kind of crap like this. But they say you come in the girl's face, then you punch her in the nose, and then the mixture, you give her a good pimp slap in the nose. They try to, like, joke it up by calling it a pimp slap. But basically, you bloody her nose after you come in her face, and then the mixture of cum and blood kind of look like a jelly donut filling. And they call it the jelly donut. I'm like, this is just too much.
Cray-cray.
That's insane. Like, I'm sure that's not a real thing, and whoever made this huge list of sex positions I was reading, like, someone put that one in there just trying to be extreme. And it's like, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you have to draw the line because you step over, and then all of a sudden it isn't even close to funny. You know, It's just like, you just went too far. Now it isn't even gross. It would even be a little bit funny if it was gross. Not even gross. That's just mean. You're going to punch her in the fucking nose? That's a sex position? Like, I'm looking up sex positions, not rape ideas.
I mean, hey, if both people are consenting and that's what, like...
Yeah, some girls do like it.
I found a show on Netflix.
Some girls are into some weird shit.
I'm a shitty podcaster because I'm telling you about the show I found and I don't fucking remember what it was called.
And don't go away and try to watch this other show. Just keep listening.
This is on the flicks of net, and it was these Australian dudes, and they traveled to America, and they visited different, like, facets of America, and they went into, like, to a sex dungeon, like a real place where, like, you learn to be a slave, you know, dominatrix, shit like that. And they were talking about some pretty, like, they had this one partner couple, you know, master slave shit, and, like, they were talking about some of the stuff they do, and I don't know, it was really gross, you know. It was
I think being a slave is pretty self-explanatory.
It was really fucking gross, but, you know, they were into it, and they were for it, and I'm for them being into it. I'm just saying I don't necessarily want to do it.
You know what thing some things I'm ignorant to, I can't even believe I'm ignorant to. I didn't know what a cuckold was. I found out what that was recently. I was like, How in the fuck is that a thing? Do you know what that is?
What is that?
That's a dude that likes his girlfriend or wife or something to be banged by other people. And then he likes to kind of like clean up the mess and watch and be degraded during the process and...
Oh, I totally talked to a girl like that.
What is that? Who would be that? Like, who would be the dude? Who would be the evil bitch? Who would be the guy? I'm sure I have friends that are into that kind of crap, probably, because I don't know anyone's sex life, thank God. But what in the fuck? Like, that's why those Muslims hate us, Dave. They look online and they're like, look at these evil ass Americans. We're cutting heads off, but they got this weird shit. 2 girls in a cup going on. I know you've seen or heard of that crap where they're eating poop. No, we're getting pretty porn heavy on this one. But I was talking about sex positions, that's why. But yeah, there was a ton of them. I was like, I'm not reading the whole list on the show. Because then, like, it's just like I said, it's too much sex. And some of them were just fucking too much. Way overboard.
Too much fucking.
Too much fucking. And then some of them were hilarious. And I'll probably, the way my Russian roulette type brain, my roulette wheel brain works during the last few minutes of this show, I probably will remember a couple more and blurt them out.
Cannabis-infused Russian roulette brain.
Yeah, cannabis-infused is what it is.
This episode of Man Sharpens Man is brought to you by cannabis.
Cannabis, and not any that was given to me, but just some shit I growed myself.
Hey, I threw in.
Oh yeah, this is a mixture of me and yours.
Yeah, I can taste it's my stuff.
That's the thing about weed. Weed has always, like, brought people together. They smoke it together. Even if they make it legal and you buy packs, I swear people are still just going to pass joints around. People aren't going to do, like, cigarettes and just smoke their own pack, smoke their own joint. They're going to pass it around.
That's the funnest part.
It's a communal thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but I don't think you can get herpes or nothing like that. I don't think, and I don't know. I don't think you can, though. I don't have them. But if someone had a sore on their lip, I wouldn't smoke with that motherfucker.
Oh,
would you smoke with someone with a sore? If you seen they like had a sore, would you smoke and just be like, hey, put that on the other side?
Probably.
I might. Have you ever had people that come over and they're like, smoke with you for a little while and then they hit you with like, oh, I've had the flu lately, I'm just getting over it, or oh, I think I'm coming down with something.
No, anyone I smoke with, usually, I smoke with legit people.
I mean, I usually do too, but
people who aren't shitbags.
when you're the
people
weed
who
guy,
say, hey, I'm the sick dude.
In and out of my life, I've been the weed guy, and when you're the weed guy, you got 20 people coming by your house in a day, and you smoke with a lot of them, and they're not always the most fucking reputable people in the community, and lots of times that's what happens, and it sucks. They're like, hey, about halfway through the joint, you're like, hey, I didn't realize this, but I got herphagonosyphilis going in the back of my throat lately.
Yes.
Seeing a specialist for it.
Oh, that show I was talking about earlier.
Oh, you're going to be good and actually tell them the names? Here you guys go.
Unplanned America.
Unplanned America. You can go on there and learn about sex dungeons, sex slaves.
This is a pretty cool show.
Pretty cool. Did I tell you, I learned about a guy that his job is cleaning out sex toys. And, like, fixing them and refurbishing them.
Well,
and he's good at it. And that's why, and he makes tons of moolah doing it, because those things are expensive.
Business,
Yeah, people are tearing them up.
Like the warranty
department.
He's the warranty department.
Yeah, because you're allowed to jelly donut one of them, silicone sex slave. Now jelly donut's funny all of a sudden. Well, their nose won't bleed. That's the next thing you're going to do. People are going to start demanding that. And be like, I love my sex doll, but when I murder it, I want it to scream and bleed. Or what? People are freaks. But I'm glad that they have those so people can vent that weird rage. Yeah.
Just fucking jerk off into a doll if you can't find a human to do it. After you jerk off into a doll, there's less terrorist attacks.
Yeah, they're more calmer. You know what's been on TV lately a bunch? Is that John Benet Ramsey crap. Isn't that some bullshit? I think that they almost put it on there for the freaks in the world, because it's like, that's such an old case. We're not going to solve it. No one knows nothing. Get it off the air. Quit talking about her panties. That's what they kept saying. Her panties. Call them underwear. She was a little fucking girl. Don't call them fucking panties, right?
Yeah.
Jeez, them shows, they piss me off. I think there's just someone yanking it to them shows half the time. It's like, quit talking about that crap. Let it go. The girl's dead. It's a fucking horrible thing. You don't got to describe it over and over on a special for all the freaks to hear and get ideas from.
Well, if you keep recycling your shit and you keep saying old shit doesn't matter anymore, you don't really have to tell the real news.
True, and right now they're trying to kind of glaze over the fact that we have an election going with two people that no one really wanted in the election. They're like, oh, don't pay attention to the fact that America isn't quite as free as y'all thought. That might not be it.
That was a nice fart.
That was a good fart. Good thing it was silent.
Sorry, audience. I had to tell you about it.
Yeah.
I leaned over to fart, and it was just air. It was a pleasant surprise.
It was a pleasant surprise.
Because I happened to be sitting on a metal chair.
Dave, we've been a little disgusting this episode, so I want to tell you about something. I want to tell you, especially this political season, I want to tell the listeners too, why a little while ago I thought a little thing that I remember a story. Remember I told you I was having a flashback to the whole.
Wasn't it in our last episode where you started to tell this, and I said, "Don't fucking say that."
No, it was before we recorded, and it was before we recorded.
Yeah, because
it wasn't during the thing.
It was when we did the last episode the first time, and then we deleted it because we didn't really record it. So episode 7 is take 2. That's something for the back pages for all of our fans out there.
But what I want to tell you is,
yes,
Donald Trump is a lot like a stain I once knew. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's like a good thing in a way. Because the stain, not all stains are bad. You know, stains sometimes are necessary. Like if you're playing football and you dive for the ball, you get a stain on your pants. It's a good stain, right?
Yeah.
You needed the stain. And then if you...
it shows that you've done shit.
Right, and if you keep them pants and you play football in them again, you got that stain and you remember it. If you're lifting weights and you get some rust stains on your t-shirt from where the bar is touching it and it's got a little rust from the humidity, you don't care about that rust stain. You might wear that t-shirt again because that stain reminds you of the time you hit 225 for a couple reps or something or whatever, you know?
And it shows the ladies that you are a power lifter and you can power bang that pussy.
Yeah, or they just think it's yellow pit stains. But I'm just saying, not all stains are bad, so don't jump to the conclusion that Donald Trump is a stain and people are like, oh, I like Trump, so what you're saying is bad. I'm just saying, just listen. And Dave, listen.
I'm listening.
Okay, so I'm in the hole, and I was in Paige's bathroom tiling. It made me have the flashback to the hole. That's what even made me think of this. But I'm in the hole, and I first just get to the hole, and it's a horrible place. And I'll just cut to the chase. But I'm in there, and I'm looking around my cell, and over in the corner, there's a weird fucking stain that runs down the wall. It looks like something has been leaking for years. And I'm looking at the ceiling and all in the wall, and there's no pipe, there's no nothing. So I'm looking at the block real close, and I figure, that it's probably oozing out of the actual concrete block that the cell is built out of. That's what it looks like. And the stain's about 2.5, 3 feet up on the wall, and it runs all the way to the floor, and there's just a shit ton of, it looks like some stalactites or something almost. Can you see it? It's gross. It's gross looking, but I figure,
in the corner.
Yeah, it's in the corner. I figure, it's just something running out of the wall. Well, a couple days later, Dave, and see, I said the show's gross, so I'm going to go ahead and be gross. A couple days later, I'm standing in the same corner, and I'm jerking off, and there's no bathroom in the cell, and I'm about to blow, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do with this? I didn't think of it when I started like a little monkey. And then I look at the wall and I realize what that stain is.
About waist high.
About waist high, exactly. And then, boom, I realize that this is a necessary stain and I contribute my piece to the stain. And I kind of feel like Donald Trump is kind of like that big old cum stain on the wall in the hole. He might be a necessary evil. I mean, there was just no place. You didn't have no tissue. There was no bathroom. You're still going to wank your monkey, so... I got moved around in the hole a few times, and every cell I was in had that same stain. Same stain. So I wasn't the only person standing in the corner. It was just the only place in the room you could hide.
Yeah.
I feel like I just got deep.
Privacy.
I feel a little deeper in touch with you, Dave, right now. I feel like
audience.
And you guys in the audience. Do you guys feel closer to me now that you know where I've been a monkey at?
Where Stateraiseds is jerked off.
Right. You know what? That is not even the weirdest place. And I'm sure some of our listeners, that would be a great thing. If you guys write to me and tell me the weirdest place you jerked off, I won't tell people who you are, but I will tell it on the show. And we will have a good laugh at it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you guys some more, because I got some funny-ass places that I've spanked the monkey.
You can send us an email at mansharpensman@gmail.com.
Gmail.com. mansharpensman77@gmail.com. Or you can leave it in the comment section. That's even a little more anonymous.
No, not really.
No, not really?
Because, you can read the comments on a YouTube video.
Oh, yeah, true.
I mean, you could probably, send a message to the page, to
Some people might not care about
Yeah.
being anonymous.
Yeah,
Whatever.
no one's gonna fucking...
Get a hold of us and let us know the weirdest. Yeah, I told you I was going to say a couple things people could write in about. Tell us the weirdest place you've ever spanked. Or maybe the weirdest thing you got hidden in your spank bank. You know what the spank bank is, right? That's the
Everyone knows.
the spank bank, where you stow away those precious few memories that are made up little scenarios.
Like the one time I was engaged to Miss Michigan, or Miss Michigan runner-up.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I once almost had 2 chicks. That's in the spank bank, pretty tight. I mean, actually, I kind of did, but I mean, there was no penetration, so I feel like it wasn't the full
A lot of lame
experience.
cuddling and shit.
There was some oral and some handies and stuff going around, and there was some finishing. There was a couple finishes.
Well, it's not a complete letdown.
No, I crossed the finish line a couple times. I felt like it was a complete letdown for the girls. They didn't exactly hire a pro for their weird... They jumped me, too. It was weird. I'm not like a fucking hot dude or nothing. I'm just a regular-ass man. But it was when I was young. It was teenage shit. It was pretty weird, Dave. But that's definitely lodged firm in the spank bank. I might edit that out. I'm getting too close with y'all, audience. Letting y'all see in my spank bank. People are jerking off to this episode. That's what we'll put. An episode of Man Sharpens Man that you can beat off to. That I gently hum to you while you masturbate. No.
Yeah. So I'm moving to the Grand Rapids.
I'm going to miss you, Dave. We're not going to physically get to see each other anymore. We're going to do the show at the distance. I think we're still going to have the same chemistry. We just, we'll just have a different way. It'll still work.
I'll have to find a safe place to
ignite. I might come see you kind of often, too, because we need to go to Lansing and do that. Like, I had them kittens and it screwed us.
We're supposed to go to church and interview the pot pastor.
Yep, he's 100% down. We're going down to Lansing and we're going to interview the pot pastor. How many members does he have for his little flock? Do you know? He runs a pretty big church down there, the Church of Cannabis and Logic.
The First Cannabis Church of Logic and Reason.
I think Spock goes there.
Well, they started meeting in one place, and then they had to move to a different place just because there's so many people.
No shit, that's cool. And this guy's agreed to do an interview with us, and we're going to go down and hit him. That's what I'm saying. I might come down and see you once in a while. We might just do a few shows from your house down there or something. I'll drive down to GR. It's worth it for Man Sharpens Man and our 7 viewers.
Our 7 viewers.
We're coming up, though. We're coming up.
We're trying.
The biggest thing is me getting that website finished. It's a motherfucker, though, to juggle all this crap. I got a lot of crap going on. Just had them kittens. Having Sphinx kittens is a lot of fucking work, man.
Your cat was loving on me earlier.
Hell yeah, it was.
All your cats were. I mean, last night, it was getting all up in my shirt and shit.
Selling them is no problem. People buy them cats. See why they buy them? Because they're so lovely. They're so cool. I have a waiting list of people to buy them. I think a lot of people might find them on accident, too, because they're hairless pussies. So they might be searching online and hairless pussy.
A little dirty.
And then they go, oh, look at this. And it's an actual cat. I could get a pet. I mean, I mean, that's one of the, like, hot topic words or hot button words or whatever for the Google search for my wife's website is hairless pussycat. Yeah. And I'm sure that's a sexual thing once in a while.
Tags.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, take it.
I take it. And I'll take an accidental sell when someone's paroling the internet for the wrong age girl or just some hairless mess for some reason. You know, I had a guy I was doing some work for. His wife got pissed off at him because she went on the computer. Guess what? It said dwarf rape on the search history. But he was growing a plant called rape and a variety of dwarf. Yeah, he was growing a dwarf version of rape for the deer because the tall rape they can't eat as good, but if you grow the short rape, what the fuck did they name a plant rape for, Dave?
Bad marketing.
Was rape, what came first, the rape or the rape? Do you think there was a rape? Was a rape, or do you think the rape plant came first? Like, I'm going to find that out. If no one writes in, I will know before next Man Sharpens Man, which came first, because that is wrong. If they think Kurt Metzger is belittling rape, naming a plant rape, that really is that's really belittling. Like, rape should be its own word. And a thing of crows is called a murder, now that I'm thinking about it. There's a lot of crime names that cross over and are the regular shit. That's weird, man.
It's crazy.
It's a crazy world we live in.
It's a mad, mad world.
Mad world. But I'm going to That's another thing. Okay, if you can think of any more crimes that are other words, put it in the comment section, and I'll talk about it next week too. That's some interesting shit. We got murder. You can grow some rape. You can grow some rape. Have a murder eating your rape. A big old murder of crows come into your rape and just start eating it.
Start eating it up.
Yeah, eating your rape.
Eating
I'm trying to think of some other ones. I'm just sitting here stale. Dave, are you coming up with any? Come on, think of a crime that's a word. 187 on an undercover cop.
You know Weird Al did that song Word Crimes.
Yeah, I did watch that video. I love Weird Al. He's such a good fucker, dude. Weird Al.
Did you see him when he came to the Cherry Festival?
I did, and I lamed out.
I did.
You did go see him?
It was awesome.
I heard my cousin watched him and said he did like a 25 outfit changes or something like that.
But
he's a hardy old man.
I was kind of disappointed because I was YouTube. That was back in like July last year, July, and I'm just getting a little nostalgic. And I'm like, man, Weird Al. I started YouTubing him and shit, and I found a performance. Obviously the same tour, the Mandatory Fun tour that he was just on, or maybe he's not on. I don't know, whatever. But it was him in like Amsterdam or somewhere like that, some like European country, and it was the same exact show that I seen. But there was a shit ton of costume changes, and like he rolled out on a Segway and shit.
That's one of the things I always hate when that happens in comedy. I went to one of my first comedy shows ever, and I didn't know it was like that, Dave. I had Dave Chappelle come out, and I was like, hell yeah, Dave fucking Chappelle.
I've seen him.
I was so excited. It was one of the first ones I ever went. It was the first one I ever went to. It was a DT Energy Theater.
Oh, Oddball.
Oddball Fest. Hell yeah, it wasn't too long ago. I'd never seen a stand-up before. Dave Chappelle's my boy. I love all his shows and shit. So I go and watch this motherfucker. Like, some of the shit was new that I never heard before, but I'd say like 70% of his act was shit I've heard him say before. It's like, dude, I thought comedy was just getting up there and winging it. I didn't know you actually, like, memorize certain shit, and I guess you have to, though. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's the thing with Weird Al. You can't just always come up with shit on the fly. I can't think of no more crimes that are regular words, and I'm sure there are some, but if I could think of some, that shit would be funny. But that's what I'm saying. If I could write it down, maybe then I could just do it again. So next week I'll do it. Next week I'll have some rehearsed shit, and I'll talk about murders and rapes.
And my nostalgic Traverse City feelings.
You know what? I'll write a kick-ass Mad Lib, but I'll use that in it where there's like murders and rapes, but not the bad kind, the kind with crows and crops. That's a pretty good Mad Lib, isn't it?
It's all context.
I don't know. It might be a stupid idea. I might just be babbling right now, but I think it'll be fun. We'll do it next week, Dave. I'll have you fill it out. I'll read you the Mad Lib. You remember Mad Libs? You know what that is?
Yeah.
Those are fun as shit.
Yeah, they were.
They're kind of fun. Yeah. You know, one more thing I want to tell you before we end this show. We're getting towards time. Miley Cyrus hosted the Ellen show today, and she's taken over for Ellen for a week or so.
She can go on like a vacation with her lover.
Something. I don't know what it is, but Miley Cyrus sucks is all I want to say. I don't even like Ellen, and I don't know why I seen that. I was just like walking through the house, and my mother-in-law was watching it, and I was like, now, what you watching there, mother-in-law? And she said, oh, it's the Ellen show. And I said, well, that's Miley Cyrus up there. And she said, oh, she took over. And I said, ugh. So I watched her for a second, and I was like, this is fucking stupid.
Turds.
Turd burglar.
Television turds.
I'm pretty sure Miley Cyrus was a sex position.
Yeah. I'm sure that's why Disney Channel chose that name.
That's where you stuff your balls in her asshole and she just swings around by him or something.
Disney Channel chose Hannah Montana, not Miley Cyrus.
Look, Dave, I'm going to tell you... No, I'm not going to tell you anything. Yeah. I was going to tell you something. We're getting out of time. I'll tell you next week, Dave. Little suspense for our viewers.
Can I plug some upcoming stand-up shows?
Hell yeah.
Moi?
Plug your overly rehearsed stand-up shows that will disappoint. No, you will love his rehearsed stand-up shows.
None of you will come to.
No, they might come.
No, if you do
you have to plug it. If you don't plug it, they won't come.
Yeah, but if you
don't peg them, they won't come.
Come out to one of my shows, totally be like, hey, I heard this shit on Man Sharpens Man.
Yeah, and tell your friends.
I'll give you a high five.
Oh yeah, and tell your friends about Man Sharpens Man.
Tell your friends about the Man Sharpens Man. But anyways,
I'll come smoke you up.
Smoke you up?
Yeah.
Smoke you down?
Yeah.
That's what the recent the thing about the girl and the guy who are open with the man, and the girl and the different man. That's what she said. She wanted to smoke me down. not smoke me up.
Dang. Oh, damn.
Yeah. But anyways,
At least it's some action.
it
You're probably
is,
kind
it
of
is.
open to it. You've been rolling around thinking, maybe I will.
yes.
Let-
Sunday.
Let him cuckold me.
Sunday, October 2nd, in Thompsonville, Michigan, at the Crystal Palace. I have a show there. I am shitty at, I think, 8 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock. I mean, call up the Crystal Palace and find out.
I mean, if you show up at 8 o'clock, you can drink and get warmed
get
up.
some food. Yeah,
there's plenty of shit going on.
Monday, October 3rd, at the Workshop Brewing Company in Traverse City, Michigan, 8 o'clock. That is when I will be handing over Rotten Cherry's Comedy Open Mic to Jeremy West. He will become the new host as I am moving to Grand Rapids.
He will be the alpha male.
I'm gonna have my Viking funeral on Monday, October 3rd. Watch me get my body set on fire and just drift out into the bay.
You should shave your beard off and burn it. Oh, that'd stink up the place. Don't do
would,
that.
it
That'd
would.
run everyone out of there.
I'd have to burn a lot of weed to counteract that.
Yeah, that would stink like hell.
Yeah.
Especially your beard. That thing
Yeah.
looks shiny. Like that looks like Eazy-E's hair almost.
I fucking cleaned my fucking room for 8 hours yesterday.
Well, I mean, it's not shiny in a bad way. He put Jerry curl in his. You got a Jerry beard. It's a beautiful.
Wednesday, October 5th, at the Holiday Inn, what do they call it? The Holiday Inn in Traverse City. They have some new fancy name for it.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Chilling at the Holiday Inn. They change the name of everything constantly. They rebrand stuff.
I'm hosting that.
I've never rebranded Man Sharpens Man. It's always going to be that. Man Sharpens Man, Man Sharpens Man. Even if I think of something better, I'm just going to keep it that. I'm not going to rebrand.
Man Sharpens Man.
I'm going to stay original Coke. I'm never going with a new Coke. But you're doing Holiday Inn when? I interrupted you.
Wednesday, October 5th.
Wednesday, October 5th, Holiday Inn. You got famous people coming again to that? That's usually where the famous people show up.
Yeah, there's famous people.
This is where Dave gets to actually be a fucking chuckle slut a little bit.
Spencer James and David Toby.
David Toby and Spencer James. Kunta Kinte and... Who's Spencer James? King of Queens? Who's he? He's kind of famous.
I don't know.
I don't know what he is. He is famous, though. Oh, it was just 4:20 on there. We made it to 42 minutes.
Yeah, we should
probably stop and roll one and go go dull ourselves. It's getting late. Because this is episode 8, and not only are we late with recording, it's also late at night. We're out here on my deck. It's fall, and it's beautiful. It's actually a little bit warmer than it is from normal for Michigan.
Beautiful evening.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
I mean, you can't really see too many stars. It's kind of cloudy, but it's beautiful. Soon I will be communing with the universe.
And the nature of a podcast, if there was a girl here, it would kind of mess up the recording, and we wouldn't be able to talk so openly. So it's quite a sausage fest out here on this romantic deck. But it was a necessary.
Dicks. You are listening to two dicks.
It was a necessary sausage fest, so we could bring you the wonderful cuckolding show that you just listened to. But I guess we should probably... You got anything else besides Holiday Inn? Is that the last thing?
That's my last Traverse City show.
And then he's moving to Grand Rapids. And then if you guys want to listen to or see him, you're going to have to just check on Otis. That's the offender tracking. No. It's also an elevator company, I found out. Otis is the offender tracking information system. If you ever want to look up a person and see if they've been in the joint. You go off there after a while. They took my name off there not too long ago. I was pretty happy when that happened. My name was on there forever. For probably like 10 years after I was still out of prison. It was still on there. Probably like 2-3 years ago I went on there. My name was finally off. Isn't that fucked up? I still go on there once in a while, look at my buddies and shit, because I forget their numbers. You know, call them up. Or, call them up. I write them up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can't call a motherfucker up in prison. But I still write a motherfucker. I'm not fake. Told them guys I'd write them. I don't write them often, but, every 4 or 5 years, I go, I write this guy, write that guy, so I still holler at them.
I mean, if they're sitting in there for forever.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends that are sitting in there forever. I wish they could listen to this show. They'd be proud as fuck of me doing Man Sharpens Man on here. That's what it's about in there. You don't got, internet and shit. It's all about just, learning from...
Google in the can.
No, you got to learn from each other, but you learn a lot of clever shit in there. You can learn a lot of bad shit, too. You can learn a lot of bad shit and use it for good, though, so... That's what I'm trying to do, Dave, right now. Me and you.
Man sharpens man.
Man sharpens man. Here, drink this drink. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's sign out for now.
Get out of here.
All right, peace, pot, Mike, or not.
Bye.